Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Lucas, and this is going to be a tutorial on this pretty cool bug that was discovered on Reddit, and I saw a couple of videos on YouTube. It's for beta 1.8.1, and as you could probably read from the title, it is an infinite generation glitch for both sand, gravel, and theoretically it should work for TNT. However, no one's really got it figured out yet for that. But jump right into it here. As you can see, it's a rapid pulsar connected to this piston setup. This is just a little pit with some torches in the bottom, and before we go into depth about how it actually works, I'll get it started up here and hook that up and put a piece of sand in. And as you can see, it's completely just pumping the blocks off. Go down the bottom here. I'll quickly open my inventory. As you can see, I am collecting all the sand. Now I'll stop it here and I'll actually start explaining how it works. Now, as I said, this only works for sand, gravel, and sometimes TNT. This is because sand and gravel are the only two blocks that obey the law of physics in Minecraft. So if, for example, if I put a piece of sand down here, it'll fall down. Put a piece of gravel down, it'll fall down too. That's why this works. Now, essentially what's happening here is the rapid pulsar is causing this piston to go out and out in, and it's since it's a sticky piston, it's holding a block in front of it. Now, when it goes out, oh, I'm losing my voice. When it goes out, the sand is going to start this animation where it actually starts falling. Now, the problem with the game is that after it starts the animation, it'll actually delete the block. However, it's too slow to effectively work in this case. So when this holds it out, it's going to start the animation, which kind of creates its own entity, in that the falling block does actually exist in the game. But before the game can delete the block, which the falling sand came from, it'll pull it back, therefore restarting the process. And that's basically how it works for the two blocks I mentioned. Now I'll quickly hop over here and show you how to make it. So you put the two repeaters down. This is just creating your kind of clock, your rapid pulsar. I usually put a torch over here so you can kind of just quickly connect it to start it up. You're gonna want to put a piston down, a repeater leading to the piston, and make a little pit just about one block away with two torches in it, just so that it can destroy the sand that's falling. Sand or gravel, sorry. So I'll connect this up here, quickly delete a block and put it back. It'll start the circuit, hook it up. You'll hear that tempo, and put a block of sand down here. It'll start doing its thing. Disconnect it. I'll put a block of gravel down this time. And as you can see, exact same effect, and you can just go down and collect them all. So that's the gist of the bug and how it works. Obviously, you could use this on servers. I've used it on a couple of servers. Now, you may be wondering, why would this be effective? I mean, unless you're trying to hoard massive amounts of gravel or sand, it's not going to work. Now, I can understand for sand, if you want to create a castle made of glass or something, that's understandable. However, there's no real applications at this stage in the bug. So I decided to do a quick little modification to it. Nothing really big. It's just kind of, the setup I did. So started up here. Got that going. Alright, now this time when I put a block of this down, gravel, as many of you know, gravel is the block which creates arrows in this game. It's created from the arrowheads which come off it. We turned on my sound. But it's created from the arrowheads that come off it, the flint. Now, when it's usually falling down the gravel blocks onto these torches here, it's not going to actually create the flint, as flint needs to be hand dug in the game. So this kind of, makes this useless for that case. Now, the only way you can collect the flint is by manually, destroying the blocks. So I decided to make this little contraption here, and it's just going to drop the blocks down. And as you can see, if you just hold the button down, you'll be able to delete it just as quick as it comes down. And as you can see, it is dropping flint for me. And if you don't manage to do it quick enough, or you just leave for a second, it'll keep on falling on this torch, which will just have the blocks falling on the ground for you to collect. So that's basically how this part works. That's my little variation of it, which you can do. Nothing really, significantly different about it. However, the one big thing and the one, big use I found for this glitch is because of its infinite regeneration of it, you can use it to create walls and wall generators. So quickly make a day here and fly up to this contraption I made up here. Now this is basically a combination of two things here. This is the generator part, the top one. As you can see, rapid pulsar connected to this. Right down here is just a kind of contraption which will push the blocks out, creating an infinite wall. So quickly boot up this generator here. Jeez, I'm losing my voice. Alright, there we go. And when you're making it, you're going to want to listen to a certain tempo. If it goes too quick, you know, that's a problem. You're going to need to have this right here. Otherwise it won't work. So put a piece of sand down here. It'll start generating. As you can see, filled up here. And so I'll get this one started. There we go. Hook it up here. And as you can see, it's just pushing it out. And this will, if I go to the bottom, get rid of these torches, wire these here. It will just start stacking it up. And, oh my god, I'm losing my voice. And once it does complete a stack, it'll just keep pushing it over, fall again. Now the cool thing about this is that once it reaches the top, it'll actually, you know, it'll be a infinitely healing wall. So you can, you know, take out a section and it'll just completely heal over. So your wall will never be, you know, useless, I guess you could say. So I'll quickly wait for this to top up here so I can kind of show you guys how it works here. As you can see, topped up. So it's starting a whole new segment of the wall. And as I said, if I delete a segment, you can see it's going through the healing process before it starts, you know, going to the second part of the wall. So that's the gist of this bug. That's basically how it works. If you guys want a more in-depth tutorial on how to build something like this, or you know, any other ideas you guys want me to build with redstone, or any other mod tutorials or anything, leave it down in the comments. You know, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe if you like videos like this. And yeah, that's basically it. Leave me some feedback on how you guys like this, and I'll see you all next time.